I'm Sean, and I am the Gatlinburg Hussey. Hey, how's everyone doing there tonight? Hey, I wanted to go on here and say hi and thank you. I'm about to hit 65,000 views already, and that's just insane. And I wanted to thank you again.
This video is about Sean Hussey, aka the Gatlinburg Hussey. In this video, we'll get to know Sean a little bit better, maybe more than what you already know. Sean is a Smoky Mountain YouTuber who's amassed over 4,000 subscribers in just a year. This is a little bit of his story. Without further ado, this is the Gatlinburg Hussey.
Alright, let's see here. Let's look up the Gatlinburg Hussey. Oh no. Oh no! Oh no! Oh my goodness. My hero was my mother, because I was raised by my mother and my grandmother, two independent women who lost their husbands due to being divorced, and nothing better than being raised by two independent women who let me have it when it was needed. My biggest fear, you won't believe this, but my biggest fear was talking in public. And look at me now. Here we are. Well, I didn't like the way I sound on camera. I didn't like the way I look on camera. I still don't like the way I sound and look on camera. And look what we're doing right now. So yeah, I think I've overcome that fear for now. Oh man, how much time do you have? Wow, what would I change about? You know what? Nothing. Really, I'm very grateful. I'm very grateful. And I know that sounds crazy, but you know, we could all say, oh, I wish I had $1 million, but we all wish we had $1 million. But right now, I wouldn't change a single thing. You know, a little personal here, I've been sober for 7 years now. I was an alcoholic. So, you know, going on 7 years, I've had everything thrown at me. And if the way I look at it, if I can help someone down the road who wants to stop drinking or doing anything else, hopefully I can do that. When things get difficult, I go to the gym. That is a great one. I take my frustrations out on the punching bag, or lifting weights, or running for a little while. So yeah, and I will say this, as I've gotten older, you know, it takes a lot to get me upset, so thankfully. I do not have family. It's just me, myself, and I. I was raised by my mother and my grandmother. I didn't have any brothers, sisters. I've got some cousins up in Rhode Island, where I'm from originally, down in Florida, but it's just me, myself, and I. My mother. And you know, this is funny. I was very shy around people. I didn't like I said earlier, I didn't like being on camera. I didn't like talking to people. I became a server, and that really opened me up. And my mother was named the mayor of Gatlinburg because everybody knew my mother, and I was the complete opposite. And now I'm walking around Gatlinburg, and I've got people going, hey, aren't you on YouTube? So it's amazing how life comes full circle like that.
Wow.
Here we are so many years later. And I would kind of like roll my eyes and just go on. But now thinking back, wow. Yeah. My mother knew my mother did karaoke one time in Gatlinburg, and this was late night, like maybe 20, 25 years ago. Garth Brooks walked in
Wow.
and sang a tune, and everybody had a little few too many drinks. Nobody realized it was really Garth. My mother didn't say a word. Garth sang his song, gave my mother $100, walked out the door. That's pretty cool.
That is very cool. Very cool.
That should tell you something about my mother. I'm originally from Newport, Rhode Island. I want to go back home.
Yeah.
It's funny, so many people want to come to Gatlinburg,
Yeah.
and I want to get out for a few days. But Newport, Rhode Island, it's right on the beach. Costs a little money to live up there, but yeah, it's beautiful up there. So if I could go anywhere, it would definitely be up in Rhode Island. It would really, you know, on my YouTube channel, I'm always trying to get people to pick up trash while they're going around, helping others, say hi to everybody. Be nice.
Yeah.
Again, going back to, you know, if you go around for a block or walk around the block, pick up the trash you see, you know, and I've had so many people come up to me and say, hey, thank you for that, because I really wasn't paying attention to it until I watched the video. So if I can leave a mark, it would be that more people were taking care of the environment and being nice to each other.
Okay.
Well, this is the way I respond to it. As a child living on the beach in Rhode Island, my mother would have me go around, pick up the trash on the beaches in the late 70s, early 80s. So for those saying that I'm doing it for show, I kind of laugh at it because I've been doing this my whole life. The most important thing that I value is that I'm always here for someone. If they need to vent to me or vice versa, you know, my circle is very small. I think as you get older, your circle gets smaller and smaller. And, you know, if I'm able to know that I can call a friend of mine and vent to that person, or that person can vent to me and I will be there for them, that's all that's worth it right there. Oh yes, the most difficult thing is, it's difficult, but it really isn't any big deal. It's very time consuming.
Very time.
Very.
Yeah.
But it's very rewarding. And you know what? I've said this so many times. It's obviously not the money. Because if you do this for the money, you're finished. You will not be able to do this. Every single YouTuber will tell you this. Because you're going to get burnt out. Because, and plus, you know, I've been doing this 13 months. And I just now made over $1,000. So if you were doing this for the money, you're in the wrong profession. But the best thing about this is the people, like Bob. You know, the people that I meet on a daily basis, that far exceeds any money that you can make doing this, and that is the God's honest truth. This is my take on it. I will go live once in a while, and then some subscribers will leave a tip, $5, $10, $20. And I will say, hey, if you'd like to leave a tip, etc., etc. There's going to be some people out there that say, get another job, work harder, etc., etc. But those are like 1 out of 100.
Yeah.
Even though we love doing this for you guys, we still have to pay our bills. And yes, I do have a job, but you know, a little $3 here and there, that's not going to hurt anyone. So I will be on live sometimes up to 3 hours, and I do it because I'm having fun.
Yeah.
And anything that comes with it, like a few dollars, cherry on top. But I do not go on live for the sake of, okay, I need to make money.
Yeah.
So, I will say this though, someone offered to send me money if I would send them a video saying happy birthday, and of course I didn't take the money. But this guy, he was sneaky. He found my PayPal account without my knowledge and sent me $25, so thank you. This is very easy because I was made fun of my whole life. You can probably tell I have a speech impediment. I'm from Newport, Rhode Island, got the northern accent. Got a lot of people down here, it's like, you sound funny, where y'all from? So I am constantly, I know what it's like to be, you know, made fun of and especially with the comments. And you know what I do? I just look over them. That's the best you can do. And really, every morning when I wake up, I get 30 to 40 comments. Maybe one out of those comments will be bad, hateful. You know what I do? Carry on. That's what I reply to. I say carry on. If your life is so bad that you have to take 2 minutes out of your day to write something bad about me, I'm sorry. So that's how I do it. I just enjoy it. Again, going back to the money part, if you're doing this for the money, you forget about it. But I just love, I know it sounds weird, but I just love doing it. I love meeting new people every day. Every single day, I meet someone different. And that, I don't know what job is out there to where you can enjoy. First of all, I enjoy this.
Yeah.
I love it. If you're not enjoying this, you're not going to have a good time. You know how good it feels walking downtown Gatlinburg and some complete stranger from Ohio say, hey, we watched you on YouTube. That's amazing. You know how many YouTube channels there are in this world, and they're watching mine? Come on now. That's awesome.
Absolutely.
And I will always be forever grateful. Always. I even annoy people because I'm always constantly thanking them for watching, commenting, liking, subscribe button, all that. Yeah. But I'm very grateful. Very grateful.
All right. Last question.
Drum roll.
Why did you start YouTube to begin with?
So, have you heard of the TV show Pawn Stars? My late mother, that we just spoke about, had a Stephen King autographed letter from 1980. And I put it on Stephen King's Twitter page, hoping that Stephen King would see it. Not only did Stephen King see it, but the producers of Pawn Stars saw it. And they got in touch with me, and it was during COVID. And they asked me if I would bring the autograph to Vegas. Make a long story short, they flew me to Vegas. Mind you, I was very uncomfortable around the camera, like I am now. I filmed for 6 hours, so that loosens me up. So while I was in Vegas, I was filming downtown Vegas, Fremont Street. And I had a YouTube channel, but it was just to post regular random things. So I posted the video of Vegas, and I received like 1,000 views. And I'm thinking, let me do this. So I made a lot of YouTube shorts, because I didn't like the way I looked on camera. So I made a lot of YouTube shorts. It took me 3 months till a friend of mine down in Florida said, you're not bad looking. You might want to show your face. And then I started showing my face, and here we are. So for that friend down in Florida, thank you.
All right. Well,
that is it.
That's it. Hey guys, thank you so much for watching this video. If you're still here, please be sure to give it a like if you enjoyed this video. And if this is something that you like and you enjoyed and you want to see more of, leave down in the comments below who you would like to see me interview in the future. And I'll do my best to look at those comments and see who the majority of you are saying and try to reach out to that person and make sure that happens. Now, I want to tie things up before this video is over here today. I want to talk about the interview and Sean in general to wrap it up here. So I wanted to address the donation piece. In my question to him about criticisms he's received about asking for donations, for the most part, he made it sound like any requests for donations were very passive, as in, I'm on live stream, but you can donate. I did this thing for someone, and then they, on their own, donated to me. And those things do happen. And I would say that passive donations are probably more likely now where his channel is today versus where it was in the beginning. When he first really started appearing on camera, you can go back and watch some of those early videos, and he does actively ask. Now, when he started the channel, he also was in between jobs, was struggling financially, and humbled himself, frankly, to be able to ask for money. And I know that's a very difficult thing. So I give him a pass for that. And to me, it's easy for me to look past the asking for money. I know it's not easy. Even when I had a Patreon, I don't anymore. When I had a Patreon, I hated even mentioning it because I know how people feel about those things. So I don't love asking for donations. I don't love seeing that on videos, but I understand why he did and commend him for being brave enough to be able to ask when he was facing a need. And all I would say to you is if you really don't like him for that, I would suggest you probably just find another YouTube channel that you can support that maybe doesn't solicit donations in any capacity and move on. But no one's obligated. You know, we make these YouTube videos, as he said, for free, put a lot of time and effort into it. So if somebody wants to give out of the kindness of their own heart, I don't know why that would bother anyone else. If they are doing so with the understanding that they're not getting anything specific in return other than the free content that he's already providing. So that's all I'm going to say about that. The other piece I wanted to hit on, I asked him specifically, what's one thing that you would change about yourself? If you could change anything, what would you change about yourself? And he thought about it for a minute and said nothing, which I found fascinating. Throughout the video, he references how he doesn't like how he looks on camera. He called out the fact that he has a speech impediment. There's these things that he's acknowledged that he doesn't like about himself. But when I'm asking him, what would you change about yourself? And his answer is nothing. I mean, that's who Sean is. That's who Sean is. He's very content with his life and how it's shaping up. I love the portion about how he was talking about how his mother was considered like the mayor of Gatlinburg because she knew everybody. And here's her son now, decades later, in the very same role that she was in, where everybody knows Sean or is getting to know Sean in the Gatlinburg area. So just a really cool story and really cool full circle moment for him and his mom, who he considers his hero, as he stated. I love that part. One last thing I will say about Sean in general. There are a lot of us who have one persona on YouTube versus the persona they have off camera. I'm one of those people, I struggle with really showing my personality on here. I'm more straight-laced and focused and kind of dry on video, but then when I'm off camera, I have a little more personality. Sean is Sean on camera, and Sean is Sean off camera. There is no differentiating between the two. He's a kind-hearted person who's willing to do what he can to help others. And even when he has limited resources, he still wants to try to help others. One instance where Jeremy from Nerds on the Go and I went out to breakfast with him, Sean was trying to pay for both of us, and we politely declined. And it took a lot of persuading for him to stop offering, but he still offered. So despite any negativity that you hear about Sean that's out there, know that as a person, I think he's a pretty great guy. But that'll do it. Again, leave down below your comment of maybe who you'd like to see me interview or what was your favorite part of this interview. And we'll try to do some more of these in the future. This has been another video about the great Smoky Mountains. We hope you have a great day. God bless.
I almost said, wait a minute, I don't see the red. That happens all the time.
Oh, that was so good too.
Oh, okay. Hey, no. You keep this on because, okay guys, here we are talking about YouTube. Yeah. And the most obvious thing that happens on YouTube, Bob forgot to hit the record button.
I did.
It happens all the time. I'd be like, oh, I've got a great shot. And then I went, oh, I wasn't recording. Every YouTuber can relate to that. Every single one of them.
So that was a perfect segue into this next.
That's perfect. Oh my goodness.